с этими бомжами. Бомжи, не работяги, ну окей. Так, а что там у нас? Скоро рабочий день кончится. Еще очко навыков есть. Ну, давай попробуем. Сколько он будет усваиваться? 6 часов. Хуй знает. Минус, что там? Минус 1 авторитет. Сколько у меня сейчас авторитет? Авторитет 2. Еще что дает нам авторитет? Чего? Угу. Ладно, похуй. А у меня что-то вроде было уже на... Это у меня он почти... Да, час 45. Давай-ка попробуем. Пати минус 2. Ну, такое. Ну, ладно. Так, какие у меня... Что у меня? Где у меня? Ну, кстати, заданий-то выполнено довольно много, удивительно. Пиздец, там. Просите у Куна. Ну, блин, это... Ёбаный этот пацан-наркоман, от него вообще никакого толку. Придурочный.
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that, Kuno. Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? It's a vitamin pig? Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
You're not getting this, Pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, to the both of you, watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off. That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, Pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't?
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Shitload, Pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking...
Ну, продолжай.
Let's go... Or, I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Это отсылка на Киберпанк?
There is no night city anyway. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need...
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, get the fuck out of here calling Kuno stupid. Pigs come to Kuno for guidance.
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need...
Why don't you figure your shit out yourself?
Maybe we should.
You're testing...
Get lost,
Right, Pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Dunno. Kiptas Gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno?
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding, right? Or alcohol seems kind of boring now.
Yeah, Kuno. Listen, Kuno could...
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness.
Угу.
Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Alright, Pico. Shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust. Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
The fuck? A mug in the trash. Is this about the fucking clothes again?
М.
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the...
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what
Блять.
you're lacking.
Слушай, опять электрохимия, сука, подключится.
The magnesium
Да,
levels in the
блядь.
blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee.
Ну да,
You
я
should
понял.
stop drinking coffee.
Да.
It wreaks havoc on your
Проблема не во всем
gastrointestinal
вот в этом,
system.
а именно, что этого магния не хватает в организме. Логично, логично, согласен. Магниевая форма жизни. Звучит интересно. Блять, как туда-то попасть? Слушай, это крыша отеля, но при этом на крышу там попасть никак нельзя. То есть вот как... Здесь я был. Отсюда тоже никак туда не попасть. То есть это... Понятно. Они сами не знают. вот этого курильщика проверить после 9. Довольно людно под вечер. О, караоке работает. Или не работает? Не, просто дискошар, я понял. Так, так, а как там этот с курильщиком? Допросите курильщика, да, по-моему, называется. Где он тут? На балконе. Вернитесь в квартире 28 после 9. Ну, в принципе, можно потихоньку туда выдвигаться.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course.
Ну-ка, давай другой вариант попробуем.
You're back. You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Of course. He must have his practical uses. How else could he have kept his position all these years? He could.
The RCM does not pick sides in this, madame. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
Зря я это сказал. Ой, зря я это сказал. Ким недоволен, крайне недоволен.
You're back. You have. Of course, he could.
The RCM...
Of course. How could I...
Intellect. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down... Until then, is there anything I can help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. We're in Martinez, baby. casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol, and the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary. Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind. History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed. In the DeLorean century, 380 years ago, they say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is. Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom.
Silence. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it. She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown. Glad to have been of assistance.
Так, что у меня? А, новая мысль. Угу. Надо будет ее хорошенько обдумать.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite.
It remains a mystery.
Ну, 30%, в принципе, шансы довольно неплохие. Но, как
You're
обычно...
back. Good. More lessons in basic reality.
It remains.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you.
Это только полицейская волна, да, нужна мне? Да не, у меня вроде какой-то понижает полицейскую волну. А, не, наоборот, повышает полицейскую волну. Бабабуи, бабабуи. Во, плюс полицейская волна. А это мне дает... А, тоже плюс полицейская волна. Психика минус здоровье. Это понятно. Ладно, тогда еще раз попробуем.
More lessons in basic reality.
It remains a
Не, ну
mystery.
30%. То есть, по логике, как бы... Получиться-то хотя бы раз у меня должно.
You're back. More lessons in basic reality.
It remains.
То есть... Тут если при 94 может быть провал, но то если при 30 должен быть успех.
You're back. More lessons in basic reality.
6 kilometers
Во.
southwest in the Valley of Dogs. Junior officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "We always do."
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government.
Удивительно, как она
Revachol in the
много
20s
знает и
was
как она
hell,
охотно делится информацией.
especially on the west side of the river. Gang
Хотя, в
warfare,
принципе, в этой
a
информации
botched
ничего такого и
privatization
нет,
scheme,
поэтому
a nuclear pile meltdown.
почему бы ей не поделиться?
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Концептуализация на...
Nothing more nor...
Yes,
He's being sarcastic.
We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. Permit me to conclude with this. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help, glad to have been.
Так, ну вот уже почти 9. В принципе, скоро можно будет идти курильщика трогать за всякое. Я, походу, не там зашел. Ты не в то здание пришел. А, не. Все правильно. Здание. С разных сторон можно попасть. Опа, магний. Красный командор. Алкоголь. Крайние меры. О, денежка. Чё? Алкоголь добавился во вкладку инструменты. Интересно. Хера мне лом, сука, если я не могу им двери выламывать.
Yes?
Сколько там еще? 49 минут. Долго. Еще 9 минут. Блин, время быстро летит, а сейчас мне нужно, чтобы 9 часов было, и при этом это 9 часов никак не наступит.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo.
Как будто
The central
время
symbol
течет
of the
исключительно во время вот
Pericarnassian
этих вот
church, star,
монологов
great
или
moral
диалогов.
right to be
Потому что
strived towards.
там 51 минута было, блин, полдня, а сейчас я вон за 30 секунд этого диалога у меня уже 4 минуты прошло.
Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. This coin-operated, your money disappears into the coin slot, a clunk, the ring of metal. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
$25 пустую проебал.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Hello again, esteemed officer. Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the... Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful.
The woman looks aloof.
Пойдем с этой поговорим, которую Костя делает. Туда давненько что-то я у нее не был.
The barbell waits patiently on the...
Грубая сила, это не про меня. Погоди. Погоди, что это было?
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Согласен.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Понятно, ничего нового. То есть она никакой дополнительной информации нам дать не может. Зато уже 9 часов, можно отсюда смело валить. И идти проверять этого курильщика. Сука. Я что-то об этом не подумал. Что там магазин-то закрывается на ночь. А как мне, блядь, выйти тогда отсюда? Я не помню, какой здесь может альтернативный выход для меня быть. Я помню, какой выход есть. Да-да-да-да-да. Да, все нормально. Я сориентировался. Курильщик, где ты, курильщик, курильщик, где ты, курильщик, Куна? Не, блин, нам не Куна. Куна идет нахуй. Гаденыш мелкий. Или что там? Оказался. Опа! А кто это у нас тут стоит такой? О чем тебя допрашивать будем, черт? Курильщик поганый. Здрасте, блядь.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
Подпадный вид, значит.
Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
Так, все. Этого мы допросили. Возьмите показания у воскресного друга. Да-да-да. Но это мы сейчас зайдем и пообщаемся, да. Плюс девочки, на. Окей.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Он всегда уходит. Да почему он всегда уходит, Кейп?
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery. Different, of course.
Рубашка, почему рубашка все время расстегнута?
His shirt. His shirt.
Рубашка.
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
His shirt? No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Ну хотя бы Кима рассмешили.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Да, пойдем допросим друга. Ох ты, сколько здесь интересностей всяких. Да, пепельница. Редко отмокают кастрюли. На вечеринке. Дети. Опа! Самарийская коническая шляпа. Плюс 1 логика, минус 1 внушение. Конфискую. Опа! Выходной шелковый халат с драконом. Плюс драма, плюс электрохимия. Конфискуем. Ну давай, воскресный друг, расскажи нам, кто ты есть.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official
Vildrouin?
of government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
О, ты смотри-ка, сразу к делу перешел.
Hanging? What's a drag? He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Прежде чем мы продолжим, я просто обязан поинтересоваться, что это за удивительный балдахин.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Свидетель! Нихуя себе.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Because I did it?
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone to being accused of murder.
Лучше не беси меня, писака, ты это сделал.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
Ну, пока мы тоже не особо понимаем, что ты видел.
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
Хорошо описал.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
О, это, конечно. Это я даже не сомневаюсь в этом.
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Только я не помню, сколько мы на месте преступления насчитали. А так, да, это очень важная информация сейчас поступила.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell. I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Как-то мы еще стоим, так агрессивно его окружили, к окну прижали, как-то допрос прям.
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am, well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
Но с учетом того, как они себя вели до всего этого, если он говорит, что они нам матерились вовсю, орали и так далее. Да, что значит ничего не случилось? Парня же повесили.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
Ну, все равно какая-то информация
I think
поступила.
we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Чего? Это был 12-этажный небоскреб? По-моему, это мы на втором, и, по-моему, это последний этаж этого здания. Ну, 4 снесли, окей, должно остаться 8. Но я что-то не видел, чтобы здесь было похоже на 8 этажей. Что-то как-то не вяжется.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration. It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy.
Это самая важная штука.
Maintaining
Это
the
мне
price
вообще ни о чем не
stability
говорит.
is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Он хотя бы быстро говорит.
Basically, it makes sure
И
the
на том
price of
спасибо.
bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close.
Мне нравится. Вы вообще не отвечаете на мои вопросы.
The coalition
Ну,
believes
потому что он
in the
бюрократ, в
importance
этом
of
его
informing
работа.
the
Максимально
public
много
about the
воды и
benefits
нихуя
of
при
the
этом не
price
сделать.
stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency. It's the international organization for moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course. Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Me?
Такой, а вот, ну давай. Такой, ну а ты, лейтенант, моралист?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer. The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranier, sur la clé. Martinez? No. Martinez is something else. Ravachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Мне нравится. Пролом четвертой стены. У меня такое ощущение, что всякий раз, говоря с людьми, я выбираю четвертый вариант. Ничего из перечисленного. Это и есть морализм.
Do you think peace is boring? What about prosperity? I agree. And we as an international community should strive to bring this prosperity to every kid on every isola.
The smile he gives you is straight off a campaign poster. The kind of smile focus group tested to appeal to the most gullible swathe of the electorate.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Ravachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
Because a great percentage of Ravachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Oranier is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranier is probably the most prominent member of the international community. As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranier carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions. Oranier's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranier.
Вы можете нормально разговаривать, пожалуйста.
About what? Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations. Whatever you wish, officer. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, Their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in
Внезапно.
21,
Что
and
за
it's been
эпис,
pending
о котором
ever
вы
since.
постоянно говорите?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
Вы вообще меня не слушаете.
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident. You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in. Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are. Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts.
Ну, он нам уже сказал, что он
Perhaps
типа
graphic design, printmaking, who knows?
редизайн квартиры
The
делает.
world. I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
I'm all ears. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't be the break you were looking for.
Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Revacholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax.
Так, что это мне дает в итоге? Реальные варианты в диалогах дают +1 реал, -1 эмпатия, считает себя дельцом или что-то вроде того. О, бля, на последнем прям с мгновения чик сорвался, сука. А, даже так. Мгм. Здесь сколько мыслей тут еще может быть. Там по-любому же есть гайд, который показывает, какие мысли. О, мысли с сортировкой по характеристикам. В неудобном каком-то формате. С наивысшим рейтингом и отключи. Где покажет мне шкаф мыслей. Конечно, всегда интересно. Вот как раз мне нравится один из советов: не сейвскамьте. Провал есть провал. И очень часто, что в случае, если вы завалите проверку, результат будет лучше, чем при успехе. А вот хуй тебе. Если есть возможность успех организовать, я лучше организую успех, чем провал. Так. Точно все? Больше ничего интересного здесь нет. Ну, валим тогда отсюда, чё? Какие у нас еще задачи есть? Готовые, добавилось много нового.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my...
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me, pig.
И какие милые дети тут живут. Это просто диву даешься. На улицах никого. И здесь тоже никого. Ночью никто не бастует, я так понимаю. Кроме здоровяка. Он очень даже на посту.
see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You see a heavy steel. The door does not budge. The old cobalt, it leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Can I help you?
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key. The fan stands still. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The bed is still cold from the broken window.
Поспим.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
You had your chance, Harry boy, and you missed it. Started thrashing around, acting all brave. Now the dark center has vanished. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would...
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick.
У электрохимии одно решение на все проблемы. Просто нахуяриться.
Maybe if you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some
greater awareness. Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can.
Это мы типа так поспали?
The window stands bright.
Yes?
Так, пойдем спасать этого мужика. У нас сейчас среда. Там должен быть шлюз в рабочем состоянии. А, погоди, надо еще позвонить этой.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Hard to say. The client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries. Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Вот опять следующего дня ждать, да. Очень растягивает. Информацию получаю с задержкой в день. Ребята у нас на разговор не настроены.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. The water lock starts moving.
Я надеюсь, за 3 дня он там не помер.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next.
А где мужик-то этот, который здесь был? Я помню, здесь 2 дня мужик стоял. Может быть, здесь для расследования какая-то важная информация будет. Или денежка. А денежка — это всегда важная информация.
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. I don't know. Sleeping? What do people do under boats? This is merely a measurement from your visual cortex. Do with it what you want.
Huh?
Я могу и расследование до конца довести, в лодке там сухо, ветер не задувает, и денег платить не надо.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You have a home somewhere. All cops do.
Открытка. Галстук бабочка. Хижина рыбакоп. Рыбакоп. Ух ты. Здорово, Артур. Ну, в принципе, ну, частично да, частично квест.
The
Тут
worn
плюс
and
еще
beaten wooden
элементы
planks
РПГ
of the
есть.
bench do not look overly comforting.
А хрен его знает, надо реально. Пиздец ты вопрос, конечно, задал. Надо глянуть реально, какой жанр у этой игры. Ну, ролевая игра написана, да. Да, причем как бы без каких-то дополнительных, просто ролевая игра.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
То есть пока лейтенанта нет, я могу присесть на скамеечку, отлично. Озвучки русской нет. Чувак, тут, блин, иногда монолог с каким-нибудь своим внутренним я на полчаса. Мне кажется, в студии локализации, я, кстати, не уверен, просто здесь русский язык есть, но я не помню, я поставил, типа, английский звук. Режим озвучки полная. Язык русский. Ну просто здесь очень много текста. Поэтому если она не озвучена на русский, я их прекрасно понимаю. Заебутся просто. Ну так-то и текста русского не было долгое время, поэтому хорошо хоть текст перевели. Здесь тепло и уютно, но, естественно, это же дом. Что, украсть птицу? Ладно. Пришли к какому-то пацану в дом, спиздили птицу. Ну, чучело птицы, но тем не менее, нахуя мы его украли? А, ну за 13 рублей можно продать. Нормальная тема, нормальная тема.
Hello, mister.
Говорю, в Стиме брал? Нет, на рынке у бомжа купил. Запустил на кофеварке. Ну, конечно, в Стиме брал. Ну, Артур, ну ебаный в рот. У тебя же Steam есть, сам же можешь посмотреть.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Может, EGS или Origin. Ну, а что это меняет? Это все равно на ПК игра. Просто какая разница-то? И в Origin очень маловероятно, что, знаешь, я вот целенаправленно нашел какую-то игру в Origin. В Origin, по-моему, сейчас вообще никаких этих новых не продается ничего. Сейчас даже Origin перестал быть Origin. Там теперь это EA Up, по-моему, она называется. И жди, когда запускаешь, бать ты агресс. Ой, Артур, блядь, вот давай без этого вот сразу. Просто обиженку какую-то. Это просто, знаешь, иногда заходят люди и спрашивают, как игра, блядь, называется. Понимаешь? У тебя же есть ручки, мозг, глазки. Сам же можешь загуглить, посмотреть, если тебе прям так интересно. Так, а чё я? А, с пацаном разговариваю. Или это не пацан? В описании стрима игра написана, нахера такой спрашивать. Вот и я таким же вопросом задаюсь.
My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad.
Но только 90% людей не в курсе, что вообще у стрима есть описание. Постоянно спрашивают, а какое у тебя железо? А какая у тебя видеокарта? Хотя у меня в описании написаны все мои железки. Всем похуй, все слишком ленивы, чтобы просто пару раз пальчиком колесико пролистать.
It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gar, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Человеческая лень и тупизна, она не знает границ, поэтому... Так же, как вот моя лень и тупизна не знала границ, что мне лень было тебе сказать, что я игру в Стиме купил. Понимаешь, что проще? Сказать, что игра куплена в Стиме, то есть мне просто нужно было сказать «да». Либо начать орать и вонять по поводу того, хули ты меня это спрашиваешь. Понятное дело, я выбрал второй вариант, чем просто сказать 2 буквы. Поэтому, как бы, понимаешь, моя лень и тупизна еще выше вообще по уровню, чем других людей.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Блять, я его реально сначала спиздил, а потом, слушай, а можно я его возьму? Ну, это успех. Ну, само собой, блядь, само собой.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a...
Барашка был выбор революционером, ревошольцем, ревизионистом, ретроградом. Сука. Я думаю, вряд ли эта маленькая девочка, которую зовут Крошка Лили, знает, что такое ревизионизм, ретроград. Ну, ревошолец, ладно. Ну, может, революционер, окей. Но вот как бы... Что мне из этого? Что она имела в виду? Революционистом? Ревошольцем?
No, that's not it. You know what you are, Lammy?
I think she means revolutionary.
Серьезно?
Yes! Lammy was a revolutionary.
Да, она даже это слово выговорить не может. Ким, ты, блядь, уверен, что она именно это имела в виду? Да, она абсолютно точно имела это слово в виду, хотя она его даже не может выговорить. До свидания, маленькая девочка. Маленькая девочка и барашек-революционер. Ну вот еще тоже дети. У них тоже есть революционерские какие-то эти игрушки. Малые, давайте. Выворачивайте карманы.
Little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Yes.
Да? Да? Ладно.
Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. The kids don't reply, absorbed in their the stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some
Какие
kind of
здесь, сука, увлекательные дети. Просто вообще.
The rock kicker was just being shy.
Так интересно с ними и беседы вести.
You're bad with kids.
Да, потому что я ненавижу детей. Может быть, это как-то связано? Особенно местных детей ненавижу, потому что они ублюдки все. Или безумно тупые.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
О, бабуля. Бабуля, ты, наверное, умнее детей. Давай, поведай мне свои тайны, бабуля.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Логичный вопрос. Если она нас не видит, как она знает, что здесь вообще кто-то есть? Мы же еще ничего не сказали.
I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
В самую точку. Мы полицейские, мы не создаем проблем, мы их решаем. Ну, пока такое себе. Ты до сих пор ни удостоверение, ни пистолет свой не нашел. Такой себе из тебя решатель проблем. Сам себе их создал, до сих пор ни одну не решил. Мы копы, предвестники хаоса.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Не, я думаю, она имеет в виду полицейских, а не конкретно нас.
No, not
Да.
you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black Hound.
Почему мне никто не сказал, что я являюсь дурным предзнаменованием? О.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
Но в гайде написано, что как раз эта бабуля, по идее, нам бесплатное жилье должна дать. Мне не придется платить за номер в отеле. Каждый, блядь, день.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Есть один парень, Гард. Мне приходится ему платить каждый день.
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Как-то он не очень одухотворен тем, что сейчас произошло. Ну, извините, Ким, не все такие богатые полицейские, как ты. Я не могу себе позволить номер в отеле. Ну, больше не могу себе позволить.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We
Ну,
almost don't
извините.
exist.
Мы вон его эти крутые диски со спиннерами продали за 200 рублей. Он себе сотку забрал. Вот он сейчас на эту сотку, видимо, живет, кайфует. А мне пришлось за ремонт заплатить. Здорово, герой.
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
It's a cold, cynical smile.
Riddles fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing. Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days.
Может, мне не нужно находиться, просто перееду сюда и исчезну навсегда. Не, давай найдемся лучше.
Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox. An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses.
Проходить паука на показ зачем? Я его на плойке в свое время прошел вместе со всеми дополнениями. Зачем мне в него еще раз играть?
The goodwill ran out.
Это было не
The
так давно.
staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Майлза нет. Майлза не прошел. Да и не особо и хочется, если честно. По сути, то же самое, только, блин, про другого неинтересного чувака.
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they are away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it.
Представить Ведьмака, но чтобы Ведьмака мне надо либо discoelysium, либо... Что я там еще? Либо Якудзу пройти. Но мне кажется, Якудзу я пройду быстрее. То, что я сейчас на какой там главе? На 9-й. А там их, по-моему, всего 13. Или 12. Ну, то есть там не так, чтобы и много осталось. А здесь, блядь, я за 2 часа только с 3 персонажами поговорил. Поэтому я не знаю, насколько быстро вообще. А сколько вообще прохождение игры занимает? $52 часа среднее прохождение. Выполнение абсолютно всех заданий, квестов, получение всех наград, которые может предложить игра, займет 52 часа. Disco Elysium. Сколько я в нее сейчас уже наиграл? 16. Но я не планирую выполнять все задания. Но все равно, по-хорошему, мне еще столько же играть, это минимум, поэтому да. Во, Disco Elysium, примерное время геймплея. Основной сюжет 20 часов, сюжеты доп. Миссии 30 часов, полное исследование 42 часа, среднее время 30 часов. Ну... Тут на самом деле гораздо быстрее бы проходилось, но они прописали какое-то неимоверное количество диалогов абсолютно ненужным персонажам. Ну, то есть, которые сюжет абсолютно никак не двигают, никак тебе ничего не приносят, не помогают, но при этом там диалогов минут на 40. Да, может, раскрывает лор, какие-то забавные там фишки в диалоге или еще что-то, но сюжет не двигает абсолютно. Но при этом вот полчаса стоял, разговаривал с какой-то старушкой. Но здесь, например, она мне дала ключи от дома, в котором я теперь бесплатно могу спать. И на том спасибо.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
She nods, rinsing another piece of
Просто
cloth.
Ведьмак это надолго. Это, блядь, на 100 часов, сука. Особенно если на скеллиге я хочу все вопросики открыть. Поэтому как бы да.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
Но я в Ведьмаке сразу говорю, я буду играть с бесконечным инвентарем. Я как бы не буду эту ошибку еще раз совершать, я сразу начну с бесконечным инвентарем.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening.
Saints Row в геймпассе не будет.
Accidents. Other
Ну,
things.
вроде бы.
The place never stays open.
По-моему, не.
It's
Он
a
на ПК,
pity.
по-моему, сейчас
It used to
эксклюзивно в
be such
EGS
a
будет.
nice church.
А хотя не, в Стиме же он тоже был. Не, или в Стиме его не было, я не помню, потому что предзаказ убрали. В Стиме, по-моему, не было предзаказа, он, по-моему, только в EGS. Да там уже выкладывают, типа, эти первые часы геймплея, и выглядит это все на самом деле печально. То есть никакого тебе эпичного вступления в стиле старых Saints Row. Вступление максимально унылое. Персонажи неинтересные, графика выглядит не очень. Там даже показывают момент, как от миссии к миссии по городу едешь, а на улицах ни человек нет, ни машин нет. То есть улицы пустые, просто мертвые. И все равно там в комментариях с этими геймплейными роликами есть люди, которые восхищаются тем, что они видят, и радуются тому, что они в это будут играть. То есть я вот иногда удивляюсь людей. Но понятное дело, что не стоит делать преждевременных каких-то выводов из разряда «я не играл, игра говно» или «я на ютубе прошел». Хотя я люблю такое делать. Но просто восхищаться тем, что объективно и очевидно выглядит не очень.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins.
То есть какой-то скепсис все равно должен быть.
Or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses. Empty.
И для вас старых пердунов, ну почему? Мне нравятся старые Saints Row. И хоть они и говорили, что они перезапускают, и такого уровня безумия нет, однако все трейлеры, которые после этого говенного первого трейлера были, они все показывали именно как там все бабахает, взрывается, какой у них там уровень наркомании, безумства и так далее. Там же выходил ролик, где они показывали, каких персонажей в этом, в креаторе сделали. Целый трейлер выпустили того, что там люди натворили в этом креаторе.
Exactly.
Под какой-то там лютейший саундтрек, там тоже все бабахает, взрывается и так далее. И все друг друга там мудохают. Ну, то есть, как бы, выглядит как старый Saints Row в плане мешанины всего на экране. Но они говорят, что нет, все, это перезапуск, мы пошли другим путем. Но пока не знаю.
The old fish market up on the boardwalk.
Не, мне хочется ошибаться, потому что Saints Row 3 это одна из моих любимых игр. И просто хочется еще раз в что-нибудь подобное поиграть. Но что-то пока меня терзают смутные сомнения. В геймпассе будет продолжение этой девчонки и пацана, которые бегают от крыс. Как раз вот это ты написал Вундеба. Вот это как раз вот в геймпассе это будет, но правда только в октябре.
Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
На то, что превращались в ассасины? Ну, это можно про все франшизы Ubisoft, так сказать. У них как бы все по накату. У них было в начале, когда они делали, у них было то, что первая игра в серии всегда была говно, а сиквел был лучше оригинала. То есть у них было... Первые Ассасины были говно, вторые прям супер, тоже одна из моих любимых игр. Первый Watch Dogs был говно, второй тоже хороший. Что у них там еще? Но первый Far Cry делали не они, а вот тот, который делали они, был второй. Но второй Far Cry объективно был не очень, хотя там любители тоже найдутся. А вот третий Far Cry уже был топчик. Здорово, Росомах. То есть у них именно ко второй... А потом только по накатанной все это шло. То есть они первой игрой, типа, наступали в говно, понимали, что надо что-то сделать, делали хорошо. А потом такие, мы сделали хорошо, и давайте это хорошо теперь будем в каждой новой части пихать. Просто циферку в названии менять, и все. И в итоге у них это все...
Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jam shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Че, герои, в зомби не идем сегодня? Там еще Веном с нами хотел. Напрашивался. Он сидит, периодически тоже заходит, качается. Так, ну если в зомби не идем... Сейчас мы с бабулей договорим.
Why, I guess I will, Harry. It just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad, but dumb as a rock.
Тогда у меня выбор сейчас после диска Элизиума пойти пострелять куда-нибудь там в Батлу первую или в Rising Storm, или пойти в Якудзу. Или начать проходить, ну, перепроходить Ведьмака. С батлой какая-то херня к серверу не подключается. Но у тебя она в Стиме куплена? А там какая нахуй разница? Там все равно через Origin запускается.
He did too many narcotics. So many, he fell off his boat and split his skull on a buoy. Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty.
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
Не думаю, что пробил. Не. Может, позже пробил. Какой час?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osithian. Echondes Fronisin.
Это латынь или это вымышленный язык?
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first
Про мать было
crack in
лишнее,
the
согласен.
sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
На личности зря перешел в конце. Это все потому, что я иногда говорю какую-то дичь в конце света,
Yes,
да?
you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years.
Я
That is why
уверен,
you
что это
marked
не
yourself.
шутка или какой-нибудь, например, защитный
It's
механизм.
totally also a coping mechanism.
что мне страшновато.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at you. Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
Погоди. У меня есть гипотеза. Может быть, это связано с похмельем. Согласиться. Я действительно думаю, что скоро нашему миру может настать конец. Или отказаться. Не, все-таки откажусь от этого вот, что бы это ни было. Да. Ошибочка вышла, сударь. Ну что, соглашаемся или нет? Это, по-моему, нам добавит какой-то... Типа, не титул. Ну, не мысль точно нам добавится, а это что-то как-то скажется на нас. Соглашаемся? Ну, давай. А, не, мысль добавилась, Да, мысль добавилась. А что за мысль? Код апокалипсиса. Ты проснулся в номере отеля, начал бредить концом света. Но не твое обычное повседневное предвестие конца. Надвигается что-то поистине исполинское. Сумерки, великий отсев, резня немыслимых масштабов. До нынешнего дня это находило удовлетворение в том, что истинная природа катаклизма до конца не ясна. Довольно! Пора препарировать резню под микроскопом и окончательно выяснить, что же грозит хрупкой физической реальности, в которой тебя угораздило оказаться. Почти 7 часов он будет это обдумывать. Не быстро, прямо скажем. А, это дом, в который меня заселили.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Ким, я тебя, если что, я тебя даже сюда и не думал приглашать жить. Зачем он это уточнил? То есть... Мне нужно жилье, потому что у меня, блядь, денег нет. А ты живи где хочешь, Ким. Вообще похуй. Ну, уютненько. Вон даже печка есть. Мне нравится. Правда, пол как-то положен. Немножечко дезориентирует меня. В диагонали.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Побриться — это правильное решение?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Сейчас, погоди, сохраним. 72% это вообще нихуя не значит. Я спокойно могу проебаться. Повезло. По идее, сейчас у него вот здесь вот фотка должна измениться. Да-да-да, вот. Борода пропала. Ну это вообще другой человек какой-то. Ой, фу. Зачем я это сделал, да? Ну да, без этой шикарной бороды и усов он как-то жалко стал выглядеть совсем, да? А мне интересно, к чему это приведет.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Чуть-чуть осталось. Вот чуть-чуть осталось, и стану выглядеть как профессионал. Да я все равно персонажа, у меня вон даже и не видно, что он без бороды, у него шляпа загораживает. А ты на эту картинку хочешь, я вебкой загоражу ее? Ты тогда не будешь ее видеть.
An old mirror hangs on the
Я
wall.
свое лицо туда
You see the
поставлю и все.
reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular,
Мое небритое
clean-shaven
лицо.
police officer.
О, пиджак. +1 логика. Не скажу, что так будет лучше, но и не говори. Тоже мне.
The bed is comforting.
Ох, сейчас Ким удивится. Ну, пойдем. Ким, дружище. Что-то я не могу с Кимом поговорить.
Yes?
Это самое.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea.
Они
They sort
прикрывали.
of seem to cover up some of the-
Прикрывали.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Ну, даже Ким недоволен тем, что мы побрились. Я теперь уже тоже не особо доволен тем, что я побрился. Ну, ёбаный ты насос.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see
Ну, теперь я вижу вот это вот усы и бакенбарды у него просто как, типа, как приклеенные. То есть раньше это смотрелось как часть лица, а теперь после того, как я увидел его без них, кажется, как будто они к нему просто приклеили их. Теперь это выглядит неестественно у него на лице. Мне это тоже не нравится. Брись.
On the table, you see a bowl of the water. A fresh start looms ahead. Like an artist, the sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. Beneath the doubt sprouts a new vigor. Like you, the water reflects. You almost look like a professional.
Не, мне кажется, все-таки... Ну, бля, не-не, обратно приклеивай, да?
Our tenant, the policeman.
А, она слепая. У нее бессмысленно искать одобрение тому, что я побрился, а мясо он не видит.
Hi, officer.
Женщина в дождевике стоит на причале и оценивающе смотрит на перевернутую лодку. На бедре у нее висит меч в ножнах. Ну нихуя себе.
Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Нечитабль?
The
Почему?
sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
Нормально, да? Вот этот с предъявой такой. У меня есть вопросы. Первый. Как твое имя?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
Не то, что типа у меня
I
есть
think I have
вопросы.
time for questions.
Сначала
And that was
представьтесь.
actually
Или
the
можно
second one.
поинтересоваться, как вас зовут? А не вот это. Первый. Как твое имя, мразь?
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Я ищу пропавших криптозоологов. Очень специфическое задание у меня. Я занимаюсь пропажей и поиском. Я сначала их теряю, а потом ищу.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha, like snowmen.
Снежные люди, никогда таких не
Two
слышал.
old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Oh, you're getting it. And it is gorgeous.
Да, эта картина прекрасная, просто магнифик. Это просто... просто картина. Воображаемые животные, моя тема. Чтобы Билл говорил, когда стал полицейским, он, во-первых, бы не стал никогда полицейским, а говорил бы он всякую хуйню. Поэтому он бы быстро перестал быть полицейским.
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment.
Мне нужно больше знать о человеческих телах.
Choose wisely.
Просить только о чем-то одном. Будет странно, если ты будешь проводить опрос по каждому пункту. Выбирай с умом. Что нам спросить? О человеческих телах? О мине? О наркотиках? А? Я спец по наркотикам. Мне нужно больше информации. Мину РГ пошло пригодится мина. Где она?
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch. Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect.
Могу я тоже
That's just the way
делать
it
вещи?
is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Узри указательный гримас на своем лице. Я надежный мужчина, ты можешь мне доверять. Если человек тебе это говорит, ему ни в коем случае нельзя доверять.
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
Она на нас запала. Все, все схвачено. Скоро она сама отдаст нам меч. И себя. И рыбу.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled. Gone.
Он меня покинул. Да-да-да, и куда отправился? Покинул тебя? Трус! Я бы никогда тебя не оставил.
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Тебе следовало броситься в пучину вслед за ним. Время — лучшее лекарство, правда? Да, смерть — ничто. Срал я на смерть. Один вариант лучше другого.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Ебать! Из-за присутствия Кима ситуация довольно неловкая. Еще не найдено подходящее место. Исследуй побережье.
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Нравится. Ей нужно пойти на свидание с еще одним алкашом. Срочно. Ну, мы бывший алкаш. Я за 3 дня, сколько я вот играю, я еще ничего не употребил. Как бы электрохимия меня не убеждала каждый раз, я до сих пор ничего не употребил. Ну, может быть, на самом деле это и к худшему. Но... Даже побрился. То есть у меня вон лежит, где у меня? Вон, наркота. Я ее не употреблял. Вот она лежит. И алкоголь не тронутый. Все в порядке. Но я их не выкидываю, потому что мало ли. На свидание вот с женщиной пойду, а у меня уже и алкоголь, и наркотики, и сапоги, которые дают почему-то плюс к восприятию. С жабой воды на тебя взирает собственное отражение. Ну, хотя бы отражение мое собственное. На том спасибо. О, погоди, мазут! Мне нужен как раз это, для того, чтобы стену разрисовать. Быстрое перемещение церкви. А тут быстрое перемещение есть? А, то есть вот это все это время это было быстрое перемещение? А, ну так у меня карты нет. Поэтому я и не обращал внимания на это говно. Там тусовочка какая-то.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s
девочка? Окей.
kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Дитя мое, на улице мороз. Почему ты без шапки?
Huh? So should you.
В смысле, я-то в шапке? Я-то в шапке, алло.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Слушай, да нахуй шапку.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
Why? Okay, it's Burger.
A very common name.
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
И зачем мне эта информация? Да ну, по поводу имени моей жены есть какая-нибудь информация? Насчет матери?
No idea.
Спасибо, энциклопедия. Ты, как всегда, молодец.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium. Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck. Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium-going kind of person. I don't know what that means.
Такой, типа, я пашу. Ну, как бы, верчусь, кручусь. Работаю,
I
короче.
don't know what that means either.
И я не знаю, но у меня есть неоспоримые доказательства моей крутизны. Это сломанный проигрыватель и разнесенный в пух и прах номер в гостинице. Я не знаю. Вообще понятия не имею, что я несу. Пашу, верчусь.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something
Что ты пиздюк? А, это она,
suspicious.
да, это она.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music.
Пошла ты, пиздюк.
They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make
Пиздючка.
music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
That? The boys think it could be a place.
Я не
like
хочу
the
давать ей свою
Palaceum or
шляпу, это моя
something.
любимая шляпа.
Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there, no room. Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter, I can take the cold.
It's probably amphetamine. It makes you feel impervious to the elements, but doesn't actually make you any less.
I got my recordings to do, I feel better outside. Go ahead. Okay.
Один, у меня есть, типа, еще вот одна шляпа. И вот эта шляпа. Оранжевая бомжовая шапка. Вот, например, вот так вот делаем. Я делаю quick save.
Hello again. Recording, I think.
What happened to the old headphones?
I don't know.
A lie.
The musicians in. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm.
The sharp drop in it.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man.
It's okay.
Thanks. Go ahead. It's supposed to become like a club.
Она реально забрала мою шапку.
Music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum.
Хорошо, я ее поменяла тут. Я думал, она типа откажется от нее. А она реально забрала мою шапку. Но это не была моя любимая шапка. Но это была моя шапка, которую я снял с бомжа. Или нашел в помойке.
Yeah.
Я не знаю, но это была моя шапка.
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made
Выполнено
with electronic
секретное
instruments.
задание. А я хорош. Я секретные задания выполняю, между прочим.
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity.
Нет, она уже сказала, нахуй шапку. Я думал, она просто скажет, нахуй шапку, и все, и она ее взяла.
This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness? Or...
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? Go ahead.
Мне нравится +1. Дал ей шапку, но шансы все равно 3%, блядь. Магнитофон валяется на льду, словно выброшенная игрушка. Поднять его. Так, а что там нужно? Эмпатия? Но я могу эмпатию поднять, в принципе. У меня все равно очков опыта не потраченных навалом. Ну это нам не сильно, это процентов, наверное, 10 добавит. Даже не 10, блин. Сколько там было? 3? Стало 8. Ну охереть можно. А, погоди, надо мою шляпу надеть. Я здесь шериф. Домой она не пойдет, потому что у них тут исследование какое-то. Надо с парнями в палатке поговорить, я ей обещал.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Ну, срезку открыл, теперь сюда удобнее просто будет заходить. Ну, пойдем посмотрим, почему они девчонку не пускают внутрь.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Для этого дерьма, так хотел
I'm
сказать.
actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Какая чудесная музыка.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music.
По мне так девчонка
With a knowing smile,
очень даже бы поместилась. Если мы сюда зашли, значит и она могла спокойно здесь сюда зайти. Здорово, Макриш.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural Gotvaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gotvaldian. Maybe
Что за игра?
it's
Понятия не имею.
Oranese.
Ты видишь какую-то
Probably
игру?
an homage to Oranje, where Arno van
Ну вон,
Eyck is
герой
from,
говорит компьютерный.
judging by his name.
Поверим ему на слово.
Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
You know about him? You know Van Eyck? Wow!
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I! Oh! Is that why they call you Egghead? Because... Egghead to the mega! The K became the G! The boy became the man!
Но он явно не это сказал. Не эй, давай, камон, все серьезно. Он явно не это сказал.
The Advent?
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Решите загадку. Не хочу.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Не жми этому черту, поздно, я пожал этому черту.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Мы это уже поняли.
Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers. We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Еще человек 5 по месте, я про то же. Для хрупкой маленькой девчули они бы точно нашли здесь место. Сами вон сидят на барахле, и она бы спокойно, вон рядом, вон чемодан, он белый какой-то, вот, села бы спокойно и все. Просто не хотят ее сюда пускать и все. Сейчас мы их уболтаем, они ее впустят. Или их выгоним, а ее впустим.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast. I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended. Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Сердито плюет на винт, затем начинает его чистить.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol. Strike that, the word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
The spooky kind. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that. Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Ну, что-то про девочку мы ничего им не можем пока предъявить.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents.
Что ты,
They,
освободился
like,
наконец?
made the innocentic system, no?
Но не прошло и года. Да. Сейчас я тогда сохранюсь.
Totally.
The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. Love is hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters. Feels good.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Yeah!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the... I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they...
Oh, all right.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
As always, we'll be right here.
Так, сохранить. Discoelysium.